Vyshyvanka has been one of the main elements of the Ukrainian national clothing since ancient times. Shirts embroidered with different patterns are a reflection of the values, traditions, history and culture of our people. Since ancient times, Vyshyvanka was more than just clothing for Ukrainians. They had encrypted sacred symbols that preserve its history and its identity. Today, embroidery is like an old chronicle through which you can see and touch the history of every corner of our beloved Ukraine. Since ancient times, for Ukrainians, Vyshyvanka performed the function not just the clothes, it was like a native talisman against different evils. That's why patterns on shirts and dresses were applied to sleeves, collars and hems. Although historians have not been able to change the exact time of starting the beginning of the craft of embroidery, they agree that from Paleolithic era this embroidery has been very popular in the territory of contemporary Ukrainian state. Previously, embroidery was just a hobby for women. Before starting the work, they fasted, prayed, and washed their hands. Some men also loved this craft. Not only every region of Ukraine, but also every village has its uniqueness in embroidery patterns, color, and style. It's the set of satin ornaments that characterize the local flavor. One of the most popular and one of the most beautiful is Borschtov embroidery. The history of this embroidery is very sad. It comes from the town Borschtov, which is now the part of Ternopil region, and then in ancient times Turks and Tatars destroyed all men in this area. The women, to celebrate and to remember about this date, from one generation to another generation, were uh, embroidery shirts which were done with only black threads. On the opposite Borschtov embroidery, there is another kind of embroidery shirts which are called white on white. The specific is that it's made on white fabric through white threads. It's not only the shades and forms of the embroidery that are symbolic, but also the canvas and its color. Traditionally, it was believed that snow-white color means virginity and purity. The red symbolizes vitality, green life and peace, black symbolizes sadness. Some wore white vyshyvankas. They added cheerfulness, and black vyshyvanka served during fasting and complaints. The craftswoman was handed down the secrets of the ancient crafts from one generation to another. For example, the threads for embroidery were once dyed only with natural dyes. They took what was easy to get: flowers, plants, roots, bark. To fix the color, the threads were baked in dye dough, in rye dough, so they did not lose their color for many years. Embroidery patterns can be easily divided into four main groups: geometric, plant, animal, and anthropomorphic ornaments. Floral patterns were traditionally belonged to Ukrainian embroidery shirts and geometric to men's embroidery shirts. The most popular patterns are geometric: triangle, chevrons, cross, key, crooked dance, and eight-pointed star. The rhombus is the symbol of the sun, gender, female and male beginning, and the triangle represents the three elements: water, fire, and air. In Christian tradition, it means for the Holy Trinity. Chevrons are connected triangles, one of the oldest symbols, and Svarga is a talisman of the family heart. The vertical spiral personified water, the life-giving force, the horizontal, the earth and fertility. The key, depicted as an S-shaped symbol, represented water and harvest. The cross symbolized the union of the earthly and heavenly, the harmony of the four elements, and acted as a talisman against evil. Crooked dance, despite its strange name, is nothing more than a meander, symbolizing infinity and the path of life. The horn, or eight-pointed star, is a symbol of life and occurs in ornaments of almost all parts of the Ukraine. There is symbolism associated with floral imagery. The most common were images of oak leaves that symbolize strength and movement, viburnum as a symbol of beauty, poppies as a symbol of fertility, and bunches of grapes, which have long symbolized prosperity and family life. Roses and hopes are also very popular ornaments in Ukrainian embroidery. Separately, we should highlight the bereghinya, which symbolizes maternal strength and the restoration of life. It looks like an unknown flower with many buds. Images of animals and birds were also very popular in Ukraine. The most common are embroidered pair of doves, symbolizing the family life, peacocks, peacocks and swallows, which are believed to bring good news and joy. There are more than 250 stitches based on 20 types of embroidery techniques. Most likely more popular are netting, knit, and hlat. Vyshyvanka accepts and convinced that the symbolism of Vyshyvanka elements has a very strong influence on the life of one who wears it.